Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome back to Let's Play Stellaris. So in this part we will hopefully be doing our final preparations for declaring war on the Carantes citizen state. We shall see if that ends up actually being the case, but I'm hopeful that it will be. Let me get my timer started. And let's begin. So we still got to finish building up the Nevrine Starfleet, but that will hopefully not take too much longer. Okay, you just decided to declare me as your rival, which is slightly annoying. Okay, we finished that archaeological site. What did we get? We got a research option for orbital camouflage, which sounds interesting, but also doesn't sound particularly useful, all things considered. Let's get blood, sweat, and tears. Not that that's particularly useful for us, really. I mean, it's a little, but it's not super useful. Okay, and you're the one, correct? Yes, okay, you are indeed the one that is done. Okay, I was getting a little confused there, because so many science ships are currently in the Zempek system. So let's go ahead and have you check out the Adarius system. I want you to go ahead and build the thing down there, and I want to go ahead and check that tech. So that is a decrease to orbital bombardment damage, which effectively means nothing. Because I don't really plan for us to be bombarded from orbit all that often, if I'm going to be completely honest.
Construction complete.
So we'll just kind of ignore that tech, I think, unless we just need something quick and easy to research down the line, which we inevitably will. Just right now that can wait. Let's go ahead and buy some alloys to continue getting the Nevrine Starfleet built up. So that built a couple more of the corvettes, because of course the game loves building corvettes. Let's see, how are you all doing? Seem to be doing fine. I could in theory upgrade that. It's not the worst idea ever.
Construction complete.
I would not complain about having some more admin capacity, so you know what, we'll do it. I'm going to send you down there to build the outpost around, or in the Tadia system. Maybe we'll invade Tadia before we go to war. I don't know. Is it worth it? Probably not. It's just kind of a fun world to invade. It's a flat world.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
That sounds like fun to invade. Ooh. So I go for the increased habitability, which is going to be useful for Zempek and our and the Carantes citizen state's capital once we go to war with them and take it. However, pop growth speed is also quite useful, just on its own, though better habitability also increases growth speed on those planets in which we have poor habitability, if I recall correctly. Yes. Because of bad planet habitability, we have a minus 46% to growth rate on Zempek 4, and that'll be the same as well on their capital. So an additional 5% habitability is... I don't know how much of an increase to pop growth that actually does. So we're going to go for the pop growth, because I know 10% pop growth is easily more noticeable than a slight increase to pop growth from plus 5% habitability. We'll get the habitability tech down the line. Just right now, I don't know the best way to figure out exactly how useful that will be. Let's get that experienced crew quarter built. It's going to take a while, so it's not going to have any real effect on our current ships that we are building, but it's still going to be useful down the line.
Construction complete.
Okay, wonderful. What are you doing? Oh, you're the one who got sent back home. Go auto-explore. I guess. It's really the best thing I can tell you to do right now. So you're at 220, we're at 142. Need a nice big advancement in our military tech. Preferably in the form of a cruiser. That would be super useful. We're probably not going to be getting it anytime soon, but it would be very useful if we could. Zempek 5 is not a terrible world to potentially colonize down the line. Size 18, so it's sort of middle of the ground. Although I don't really need the agriculture from it, admittedly. Does it have any nice thing? It just will give me a lot of food.
Anomaly found.
Which isn't bad. I mean, I can still sell all of that excess food. So it still has its uses. It's just not necessarily the most useful. We would potentially be better served with something else. Okay, here we go. We got a minor artifact. I didn't even bother reading that. What did it say? Upon closer examination, the smashed droids found on the surface of Z9 IJ-087 appear to originate from two distinct cultures. Technologically, the droids must have been evenly matched when they were still functional, but there are many subtle differences that hint at different design origins. Interesting. So we apparently have two species that potentially fought a little battle on that planet, or asteroid rather. Isn't it 129? Oh, it's 130.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Okay, that's gonna be the last of the corvettes. Now we need to build the destroyers, which are 255 each, and they're about to get a little bit more expensive. And there we go, cruisers. Thank you very much. Okay, let's upgrade the design of our destroyers. Screw it, we'll upgrade the design of our exploration cruiser as well, even though we don't plan to build any, and we can't actually do our corvettes right now. Now we can do our corvettes. So, upgrade you. I'm going to go ahead and sell 5,000 minerals to afford a little excess to buy some more alloys to help get this construction done a little bit faster. No. I just want you to do the mining station. We will be invading here in the nearest future, so not really a point. It's potentially useful.
Anomaly found.
I actually probably will want to invade these guys, both these planets. This one's nice. An automatic plus 10% habitability no matter what. And a minus 10% amenities usage. I might actually want that.
System survey complete. Construction complete.
The reality is invading them should be relatively easy. Okay. I'd rather you go and survey that system, because this guy is already surveying the system. He's just temporarily stopped to investigate an anomaly. What do we have an unemployed here? We have an unemployed slave there. Where do I drop you off? I suppose I'll ship you off to Zempek. It's the best place I got for you, really. So you'll take up a clerk job.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Okay, we're up to equivalent military. I'm gonna go for the basic combat roles. Wasn't the game saying it was gonna be 80 months for this? I don't know why, but for some reason I could have sworn it was saying 80 months, but apparently I read that wrong. Surely this is a sign of the divine. Also, I'm going to go ahead and claim your capital now. I got some influence I got to get rid of. And I'm going to go ahead and dump that into a capacity overload as well. We're not going to do the farming subsidies, I don't think.
Construction complete.
Wonderful. Oh, I lack the alloys right now. I'm not too surprised by that. I want you to go and take that as well. Get, what is that? The Jot Hilarba system.
Construction complete.
So you guys are currently attempting to upgrade all of your corvettes. And then I'm going to have to wait forever to go ahead and get you your destroyers again. Or, yeah, destroyers. But that'll also boost you up quite a bit. We are at 150. You are still 220. Aha, these guys just made a rivalry with you. Not that that matters. We're not going to be on the best of terms anyway, because they decided to declare me as a rival. I could fight you. In a one-on-one fight, it would be pretty easy. Well, at least in theory it should be. The question is, though, do I just claim your... the systems you have planets in, or colonies in, rather. Do I try to claim everything? Because I sure as hell won't be able to claim everything. I can tell you that right now. Especially since the further away I get, the more expensive it is. Which is why it'll cost 325 influence to go for your capital. Yeah, you can wait a little bit. There's no immediate rush. Okay, we found another archaeological site. So this will give us access to the technology dark matter reactor, as well as a ship spaceport module that adds to the planets and gathers food production. Presumably that just means it ups the food production on planets. Next thing, though, will get us slave pop output. Or slave resource output, rather.
System survey complete.
Still sitting at 150. We got the pop growth. Wonderful. Let's get... Sure, let's learn how to clear noxious swamps. What do we got here? So, yes, indeed, it was a battlefield. Z9IJ087 does not seem to have simply been a dumping ground for broken droids. It may have served as the actual battlefield where they were destroyed. The many layers of debris suggest a series of very intense battles waged intermittently across the better part of 2 centuries. Exactly why 2 interstellar powers would commit such vast resources towards waging a massive ground war on a small and unremarkable asteroid remains an unanswered question. Curious. We still don't have the tech to be able to have that give us a tech. Maybe it's not a tech. I don't know what it is. No, it is indeed a tech. We need arcane deciphering. If that pops up, I'm gonna go for it. You're almost done. You got 3 more corvettes to upgrade. I can't really do anything until you finish doing that. Oop, we have found a wondrous planet, apparently with a mushroom forest. That's just what I wanted to see. What is your wonder? It is the fact that you are a mushroom planet. Or with a giant mushroom forest, rather. So that will inherently always produce 30 food. Oh god, this is a wonderful world. I think we're going to go and colonize it in the future. Because that seems very useful. Yeah, that's going to be a wonderful agricultural planet. So unbelievable, and this world looks interesting. I want you to go ahead and look into a little bit more if you don't mind.
Our ships have been improved.
Wonderful. So all in all, this has taken us up to 151. Not a whole hell of a lot stronger. Let's see. Xenophiles, you walk the path of heresy. Ooh, they're up there.
System survey complete.
Yeah, see, this is what the AI tends to do. They tend to build very big Corvette fleets. Also, they have like 5 different models. 6, actually. No, they're all Wanza-class Corvettes. It's just the game fails to upgrade. So some are running around with literally the initial techs. And actually even different designs. At some point they switched to having point defense, as if they moved them to picket or whatever it's called, instead of the default. And it looks like they stuck with that, but they also eventually researched some other techs, and again, the game just failed to go and upgrade the older designs to the new design. So they have 6 different versions of literally the same ship. Or rather, same ship design. Because the game couldn't be bothered to actually update. Or to upgrade. Because, of course, why would the AI bother? So there's your fleet. Oh, you actually have 50. You managed to actually upgrade. That is slightly surprising, to be honest, but it is nice. Also, where are you going? Are you actually going anywhere? Yes, I think you actually are using the fleet patrol, which is slightly annoying. Well, I guess not quite. In theory, it does open up the ability for me to potentially...
Special project complete.
Ooh, that's nice. Mushroom Planet Discovery modifier added, giving the following effects: plus 20% research speed to biology. That's useful. That'll help us out with something or another.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Yeah, go ahead and check that out. It's 45 days, that's fine. So this will get me to be able to use volatile motes. No, game, I wanted you to pause. I don't know why you didn't pause automatically. Maybe I accidentally pressed space. Or at least maybe I thought I pressed space, but I didn't. Or you just failed to register. I don't know. God, I would love to research that, but it would take way too long for us to research right now. So we don't actually have access to volatile motes anywhere within our empire. And I don't see any in our immediate neighboring area either. Yeah. So that's not exactly the most useful thing to research right this second. Admittedly, I would love to get exotic gases, because I'm going to need those if I want to actually upgrade our ships to have advanced shields, but we can't. We haven't researched that yet, so we can't do that. So I think we're going to go for the miniature containment fields for a little bit extra research station output. Okay, the destroyer finished. I didn't realize that. How much is that going to cost? That's another almost 200.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
There's noxious swamps. Let's get the naval capacity so we can decrease maintenance costs a little. Oh, you finished. Our archaeologists have learned that after a long and bitter war, the two empires inhabiting this corner of the galaxy some 200,000 years ago signed a treaty compelling them to settle all future disputes with arranged and highly regulated combat engagements between robotic armies. Z9IJ087 was chosen as the site of these battles. The treaty appears to have been upheld for nearly 2 centuries, preventing the outbreak of armed hostilities on numerous occasions until one of the empires was caught cheating. Curious. Go check out the archaeological site in the Yanaki system.
Our ships have been improved.
That's another 150 right there for the second fleet. Let's get another reactor district built. And now we just wait. We have about another year until we get cruisers, and once we get a couple of those built, that'll help immensely. So, how much is left on my timer out of curiosity? Another 8 minutes. Yeah, okay, so we're not going to be doing it this part, but it should definitely happen next part. I don't see a reason why we won't be starting and at least going through some of the initial engagements next part. We may not finish the war next part. It depends on how exactly those initial engagements turn out. Let's see, so you're at 252. I'm at 181. I'm very quickly catching up. What do we got here? The Boal organism. Decoded ancient data crystals have been found at the dig site, chronicling the Grunur's military exploits. While most are local and of little interest, several volumes detail the Grunur's first encounter with an alien species referred to as the Boal organism. Little more can be gleaned about the Boal at this point, save that they were a massive plantoid species and had many colonies seated among the stars. Enticing. Keep digging. Yeah, so we're going to be colonizing that tundra world at some point in the future.
Our ships have been improved.
Wonderful. Kind of intriguing that the Neverine Starfleet is, for whatever reason... Oh, it's probably because of that frigate. Yes. But that doesn't quite explain how it can be that big of a difference. It's one ship. It shouldn't be adding 200... Well, I guess... Yeah, I just still have a bit of a hard time believing that it's actually adding that much extra, but apparently it is. Because... I mean, it really shouldn't. It's only 20 extra military power, but however the game's calculating this military power here is resulting in a little funky business where it's a 200-point difference in military power. So that's a thing. Get another destroyer built. If my timer goes off before we research cruisers, I will let this run until we have finished that research. And we'll just have to try and save up to build a couple of those. I kind of get the feeling this fleet, if it's patrolling, is patrolling along these three systems, is my best guess. Or it's just patrolling within this system. Back and forth, back and forth. I don't even think it's actually patrolling. I think the game's trying to tell it to do something. And it doesn't know what to do. Or at least how to accomplish whatever it's being told to do. Which, of course, is a real possibility. Let's get that built. There's some exotic gases. And I know we got some others over here as well. So that'll be helpful. See, 9 more months until we have naval capacity. Plus 30, that'll get us back underneath our naval capacity right now, which will
have granted us new wisdom.
Helps decrease maintenance costs, which will give us a little bit extra alloys. And that'll help us out. Let's go and get plasma throwers. I might want to actually swap out.
System survey complete.
And equip some of our corvettes. Well, I say some of our corvettes. I am lazy, so I'd probably just swap out. Let's see. What are you really good at? You're absolute crap at shield damage, but you're really good against armor. So I'll probably maybe swap out the small UV laser on our corvettes for a plasma thrower. That should be useful. Let's see, you have about 13.3 thousand shield points in total across the entire fleet. About 23.5 thousand armor and 75.6 thousand hull points. Yeah, I think I'm gonna want to put some plasma throwers on our ships. Really? You already finished that? Jesus, that was fast. Okay. You are free, and I need to figure out something to do with you then. You know what? I could stand to have a little bit more agriculture. So I'm going to ship you off to Zempek. You will be unemployed at first, but don't worry, you'll get a job later. Let's see, the bowel organism. Data crystals records reveal that the Grunur waged war against the bowel, desiring the plentiful resources purportedly found on their planets. It said a system of coordinates has been successfully extracted from one such record. Archaeologists are uploading the planet's location to our system now. Perhaps a closer investigation of Fetchable 4, or Fetchable 4 will prove fruitful. I have no idea where the hell that system is. Oh, it's right here. Well then. Do I want to go and check that out now? I don't know how that event plays out. Probably isn't the best idea to go ahead and start poking around. Go ahead and take care of that anomaly over there real quick. And next part we will look into the former bowel colony. I mean, I assume we're not going to wake anything up. That's just my best guess. I don't expect to have the bowel just pop up out of nowhere and start wanting to destroy me. And there we go. That'll give us quite a bit of extra food and minerals and energy credits as well. At least in theory it should, so we should go from 106, 194, and 9.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
That's quite a bit of extra food, in fact. And there's our cruisers. My timer hasn't gone off yet. So once my timer goes off, we'll be ending this part. Autocannons are also potentially useful, and with the way all fights break it down in this game, they always just turn into giant balls of fur, basically. They're very close quarters fights, no matter what, and there's my timer. So, you know what? I think we're gonna go for autocannons as well. Our corvettes are gonna be very close quarters, so small coil guns are going to be replaced with autocannons, and the UV laser is going to be replaced with a plasma thrower, I think. Also, let's go ahead and take a quick look at our actual cruisers. So, very nice, beautiful looking ship, if I do say so myself. Obviously I didn't make it, but nonetheless, I do think it's a very beautiful looking ship. So I'm gonna go for, I think, broadside everything for the initial layout. Let's see, your lowest range is 60, so I will put you on artillery tactics for 60 range. Yeah, that should be fine. And you do not have the energy to spare for me to toss the kitchen sink in there, or a deflector array, or anything else. Although, admittedly, a crew lounge could be nice. But I don't know exactly how bad your accuracy really is. It should be pretty decent overall. Yeah, we'll just leave you like this. Our destroyers, actually, out of curiosity, they are 50 is their shortest range. Or rather, 40 is. Which, you know what, I think that'd be fine. Let's set you, well, no. You know, I'll just leave you as you'd be. And we'll sort that out at a later date when I potentially am not using you anymore anyway. So that is going to be it for this part. Let's, before we actually end this, let's go ahead and Fleet Manager toss in. We'll go with 2 for each fleet right now, because they're already fairly expensive at 577 alloys apiece. So it's going to be a while before we can even think of affording any. So we are finishing this off with our fleet power at 192 points, compared to these guys is 252. So we still have about 60 points of a gap to close. However, combination of those cruisers and getting the Neverine Starfleet, the rest of its destroyers, we should fairly quickly close that gap. And then be going to war with the Carante's citizen state. The reality is we should win this right now. We would take heavy losses. The issue is when I did my test war against them, their fleet was all the way up here in the northeast. So I was able to swoop in through Ardennes, get to their capital, knock out the outpost, land troops, win the battle, fight a quick space engagement, doing a decent amount of damage to them. Not a whole lot. And taking heavy losses in the process, but because of the way Stellaris AI works, it wanted to liberate its occupied planet. Well, they didn't have an army in orbit, so they weren't capable of landing troops there, so the fleet just got stuck in orbit, bombarding the planet into oblivion. I lost my entire army, but you know what? That doesn't matter to me. Armies can be very easily replaced. They are cheap in this game. So it doesn't matter if you lose an army. So we may just need to try that. It's just, this initial engagement is going to hurt if they keep their fleet stationed in Ardennes. Because that is a 4.2 military power starbase. So they've actually upgraded that and they've slapped weapons and everything on it. I could try to draw them into Guinea, but I don't think that's really practical in terms of the alloy cost to do it. Because I'd have to upgrade the starbase here, which is 200 alloys. Would then need to build a whole bunch of gun batteries, missile batteries, and that'd be it actually, because we don't have hangars researched. I could toss in some point defense systems and whatnot as well. Not that point defense is particularly useful. And so, yeah, it's just honestly not that useful. I don't think that's a practical use of alloys. I think we were just much better off served getting our fleet sufficiently upgraded and maybe hoping that they launch the attack first into Gwinnett while I'm moving my fleet into position. If they attack into my space, that's much better for me than if I attack into Ardennes. We might just need to do that and just try and lure them into attacking us in our space, or territory that we control, rather than us attacking them in their space. It's probably the best way to go about this, since they're evidently deciding to keep their fleet stationed along our border now, rather than having it be all the way up here like it wasn't, like I said in my test war. Oh well. That's going to be it for this part. I will see you all next time. Quick reminder, I do have a Patreon. Link to that down in the description below if you wish to join it. For as little as $1 a month, you get early access to all of my videos. Obviously, that includes this and my Victoria series and my Star Trek Online series, which is very quickly approaching the end of the current content in the game. I do also have some affiliate links down below if you wish to go ahead and pick up Stellaris, the base game, or this DLC if you don't already own it. Those affiliate links help the channel out by me getting a small commission if you use those links to purchase them. I also have a Discord that's also linked down in the description below. Join it. It's not particularly active, but it is my go-to place for posting anything regarding channel happenings, such as not being able to record 1 week or whatever the case may be. Yeah, because I'm likely just to forget to post it anywhere else. So like I said, if you want to be kept up to date on channel happenings, joining the Discord is the best place to be for that stuff, because I will always remember to post there. But that'll be it for this part. Like I said, I will see you all next time. But until then, a goodbye and farewell.